Welcome back, everyone, in War Eagle. My name is Eddie Orantes, and I'm the Director of Business Operations for the Office of Alumni Affairs at Auburn University. And for the next 30 minutes, your host of 18 minutes and 56 seconds, the Auburn Alumni Association Speaker Series. To see all of our shows, please go to aub.ie/1856 series. We want to keep this fast moving, so all our guests will talk or present or do what they do for no more than that period of time, 18 minutes and 56 seconds. We also want to hear from you. So ask questions and interact by leaving comments on our Facebook page, and we'll do our best to answer them in the half hour that we have together. And a special request goes out to all of you Alabama 4-H alumni. If you have those special moments, please share those on our Facebook page. We would love to be able to share those with you as well, or with everybody as well. Today, our guest is Kenneth Reese and Joy Scott. Kenneth is an Auburn freshman and the first Black state ambassador president in Alabama 4-H history. We are so excited to have you and Joy Scott, who's our 4-H Leadership and Citizenship Specialist. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
That's wonderful. We're going to do something a little different for this show. I like to be able to start with a video that gives us kind of the scope of what 4-H is for those who do not know what it is. So if we can go ahead and play that video first.
It began with the seed of an idea. In 1902, the heartland needed folks to embrace new advances in agriculture. But leaders with open minds, strong hearts, and willing hands weren't in abundance. Luckily, kids were.
By empowering the next generation to lead, 4-H took root and grew and grew and grew.
Grew kids who are confident and strong, who are curious enough to question, and capable enough to find the answer.
Who stick to a job until the job gets done. Who know how to work with others and how to lead.
4-H has kept right on growing. Out of the farms and into the towns, from the suburbs to the cities.
Anywhere curiosity roams, and confidence thrives. Anywhere technology can be advanced and achievement is valued. Anywhere positive change is possible. And giving back moves entire communities forward.
When you think about it, it makes sense that we began with farming. After all, true leaders aren't born. They're grown.
That is wonderful. So it's a message of empowerment, and today's show is truly about that. And to be able to help us better understand the impact that 4-H has had, both you, Kenneth, and Joy will be able to take us to what that has done in your lives. And I'd like to start first, Kenneth, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about you, where you're from, a little bit about your personal life, before we get into what 4-H has done in your life.
Yes. So I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, which is in Jefferson County. I'm a graduate of Shadesville High School. Let's see, my mom is like my best friend. She's always been there for me, and you guys will learn a lot more about her later with my 4-H story and how she had an impact on me and how I actually was able to get to where I am today. I have a little brother. He's amazing. You know, you always have those issues with him, though. You love him, and then sometimes you got issues with him, but ultimately, I love him. As you guys know, I'm a freshman here at Auburn University. I'm an agri-science education major, and I plan on eventually in the future, hopefully, I can give back to 4-H by working for extension or even possibly working in the classroom and having my very own 4-H club.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I do appreciate it. And you're absolutely right. We'll learn more about the impact Mom has had in your life, as well as the overall impact that 4-H has had. Before we go there, Joy, tell us the scope. Give us the ethos of 4-H as an employee, as well as somebody who's seen generations that have gone through this program, please.
Yes, well, Eddie, first of all, thank you so much for giving Alabama the opportunity, Alabama 4-H, to have this platform here. I mean, Alabama 4-H is awesome, not just because I work for them, but I'm a product of Alabama 4-H. 4-H alumni from Coosa County, Alabama. Outstanding 4-H program all around, still going strong. I tell people, you know, Alabama 4-H has grown outstanding leaders from our rural counties to our urban counties. We have over 100,000 4-Hers just this 4-H year. Our year was a little bit different, like a lot of 4-H programs throughout the United States, but just have kids involved. The opportunities that the kids get in Alabama 4-H is just priceless. The leadership skills that we provide for them, the things that they can learn to help them go from a shy person to a person that's presenting on the state and national level. So it's just, you know, growing leaders from here to there. Kenneth Reese, one of our former state ambassador president, cannot say enough about him. And I'll let him tell his 4-H story, but it's just amazing when I see what Alabama 4-H has done for our kids. We have 4-H in every county in our state. We have outstanding 4-H agents. We have outstanding 4-H county teams that provide those skills for our kids. Our 4-H programs are different. If you notice from the video, it started, if a lot of alumni are watching, with cattle and cooking, but now it's the skies are the limit with the programs that we offer Alabama 4-H. We're doing a lot of virtual programs also.
Yeah, well, sure. And we'll talk about that virtual programming, especially in this time of COVID, in a few minutes. Already we have individuals within our Facebook Live that are sharing. Alfred Parham says he is proud of you, Joy and Kenneth. Wendy Charette says, great job, Joy. So you can see that this has taken an interest. And my goal in facilitating this show is to be able to bring awareness to whatever program is out there. Now, Kenneth, let's talk about you for a minute. Because
Yes,
awareness is the big mantra of yours. I know it's something that our previous conversations that you really wanted to do for this program because it has done a lot for you. Walk us through, Kenneth, walk us through what 4-H has specifically done for you as when you first started into and compared to where you are now, please.
yes, sir. So I've been in 4-H for 9 years. I was very, very shy when I first got into 4-H. And like I said earlier, you guys learn a lot more about my mom. My mom has been there with me every step of the way with 4-H. She has pushed me. She has told me, yes, Trey, you need to take advantage of every opportunity that you get. So with me being younger and me being shy, I could always remember her telling me, because she was my 4-H leader as well, I could always remember her telling me, Trey, I think you do good in this baking competition. You should do it. It came with a lot of public speaking, but also I could show off how I could cook. So I was like, let's do it. I did it. I was nervous, obviously, but ultimately I ended up coming up on top and I ended up placing first place. So I thank my mom for that because I think that right there gave me the confidence that I needed to step out my comfort zone and keep going and keep trying new events and new programs that 4-H has to offer. So as the years went on and as I kept competing in different competitions, I would do Chef 4-H, the Junior Bake Exhibit. I would also do Speak Up Alabama. As I went on and I did these competitions, it also helped me be able to go to a national level. And I was able to cook at the National Poetry and Egg Conference, and I was able to prepare Italian sausage and spinach egg frittata. So opportunities like that. If it wasn't for me stepping out of my comfort zone with 4-H and 4-H giving me these opportunities, I definitely would not be the leader that I am today, and I wouldn't be able to speak so well. My communication skills won't be as broad as they are now. I also want to touch on me when I was president and me also being an ambassador. When I first heard about the ambassador program, I was nervous. I didn't think that I could be capable of being a leader and a role model to so many youth. So when I actually had the opportunity to become an ambassador, I didn't even realize, to be honest, all the opportunities that I hadn't been taking advantage of that Alabama 4-H had given me. For example, we have something called Senior Achievement. Senior Achievement basically gives you the opportunity to show off the project that you have mastered in, that you've been preparing for all year or for years prior. So I actually stepped out of my comfort zone because all my life I've been leadership, citizenship, or just cooking. I stepped out of my comfort zone and tried natural resource. And believe it or not, with me doing that, it helped me realize what I wanted to do in the future for my life. What I ended up doing for my project was my mom, she's a school teacher as well. So isn't it kind of ironic that I kind of want to go into youth development and she's a school teacher too? Yeah, so basically what I did was I went to her school and I did a presentation to some of her classes that she had, and we made water filters through different natural resources such as rocks, soil, grass, minerals, you name it. And I enjoyed it so much that it made me realize, okay, Trey, you can do this. This is something that you are really interested in. So that kind of way also led me to Auburn, because Auburn has a major agri-science education to where you can do that. So I mean, think about it. I've literally done so many events at Auburn with 4-H football day. I love the campus. So what not a better place to come to? So that's just a little bit about my 4-H story. I also want to touch on how when I ran for president, my whole thing I tried to get across was 4-H has endless opportunities. There is a program, I swear, there's a program for every single thing that you possibly may want to do. If you want to go into cooking, if you want to go into agriculture or farming, it's something for everything. Even for like law enforcement, there's still programs for that. 4-H truly does have endless opportunities, and I really want to get it across to everybody to know like 4-H really can help you grow. And when they say that 4-H grows here, it truly does grow.
That's a great story. Kenneth, listen, you've got individuals that can't help but share how they feel about you. Jefferson County says they're so proud of Kenneth. Deborah Stewart also says that Kenneth was a great leader and did a great job keeping his peers connected. As well, Joy, Deborah says that she's really, really proud of the example that you are as a leader. Joy, tell us what you've seen. You know, Kenneth, you've seen the impact. Help us connect that relationship between what 4-H does, the program within ACES, and how it helps build continuity within communities as well as develop our future leaders. Can you share some about that?
Yes, definitely. And I do want to say he's talking about his mom, Miss Reese, and Miss Reese is actually one of 7 of our 4-H volunteers of the year, and she will be recognized tomorrow at the Alabama 4-H Center. So I had to get that out because she's an outstanding volunteer, but just the impact, you know, I want to tell Kenneth, and I tell him this all the time, the impact that he had on the 4-Hers last year was endless. And I don't think he'll ever understand. His goal was, I want so many kids to attend our big midwinter teen retreat at the Alabama 4-H Center. He made it work. We had counties that never had kids there before. He pushed it. And it's not about him saying, I'm Kenneth. He wants 4-H to be for everyone. 4-H is for everyone, no matter your race, your gender, your socioeconomic area. It's for everyone. And I want Kenneth to know that Alabama 4-H is proud of him, not just him, but all of our 4-Hers. But he shows what Alabama 4-H means and everything. You know, you talk about the generational impact. He saw his mom be a 4-H volunteer, and he spread that. He said he wants to come back to work with Alabama 4-H. Generations, my parents were in 4-H. 4-H played an impact on my life. I wanted to become, give back to 4-H. So one thing about it, when you get bit with that Alabama 4-H bug, that's something. I'm telling you, you just want to continue to spread that on. And it's endless opportunities. We've had 4-Hers that's never been on a plane before, but their opportunity was with 4-H. So the opportunities, the impact, a lot of people don't realize that Alabama 4-H is part of 2 land-grant universities, Auburn University and Alabama A&M, and the opportunities that we give the kids to be able to travel to both universities to see things. Sometimes a child's first opportunity to step on a college university campus may be with 4-H. You know, myself, along with my coworkers, Deborah Stewart, Drew Glover, and Doug Summerford, we are the advisors for the state ambassadors. And one thing, you know, we like to do our interviews on campus. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do it on campus this year, but we like to bring the kids on campus for them to get that college feel and everything. So it's just, the skies are the limit with the opportunities with 4-H.
So it's bridging the gap, it's providing opportunities, and it's developing empowerment for our youth. I love the fact that there's a full circle, and Kenneth, the association is very proud of what you've done, and the fact that you chose Auburn University as that place where you will pursue the higher education, and we wish you nothing but success, understanding that you are in fact living out this awareness that you're trying to communicate. So congratulations, I think that's awesome. Joy, when you think about COVID and what we've gone through, so tell me what 4-H has been able to do in the midst of COVID-19.
Well, we're still going strong. You know, I'll keep saying 4-H will happen. It may look different. I tell my boss, Dr. Molly Gregg, you know, we're going to come out strong, even better. If you see the graphics on the screen, our county 4-H teams, our agents have done a fantastic job. You know, they could not be with the kids face to face. So they did project bags, you know, giving bags out to kids. One of my coworkers said, I keep them in my car. You see people at Dollar General, you give them a 4-H project bag. We may not be able to meet the 4-Hers face to face, but we're doing virtual programs. We have a video series on our 4-H webpage that showcases all our videos. A lot of our agents now do have the opportunity to go back in school following the guidelines that the governor has given us. But 4-H is still going strong, very, very strong in everything, providing the kids the opportunities. And I will say it's probably given some kids an opportunity that didn't know about 4-H when they're seeing the things on our social media accounts and people talking about it. I really do think at the end, our 4-H program will grow even stronger because kids have the opportunity, parents have the opportunity now to sit down and say, well, when I was in 4-H, I did this. Maybe you should do some things like this. So I know we're going to come out strong, even though our 4-H programs look different. We were unable to have 4-H summer camp this year, but our boss said, you know, fingers crossed, we're going to have camp next year. They're building on to our 4-H center, cafeteria, new lodging facilities coming in the near future, but we have new meeting spaces coming. So when we have 4-H summer camp next year, fingers crossed, it's going to be awesome. I know we usually have our big team midwinter retreat in February. This year is going to be virtual, but it's going to be the best virtual midwinter retreat ever. So we just have to make the best of it, and, you know, to make the best better, you know, with Alabama 4-H. So we're going to continue to go strong.
Yeah. Now, if people want to find out more about this, what's the website to be able to look into more programming for 4-H?
Please. So you can go to www.aces.edu/4H. And also check out our Alabama 4-H Facebook page. And then each county has a 4-H page or a county extension page that you all can link up to find any information. And also on our 4-H page, you can just kind of search your county, and then it'll give you information about your county 4-H agent or region extension agent to contact.
Now, is October a special month at all for 4-H?
Yes, starting Sunday, we kick off our National 4-H Week, and check out our 4-H page for a lot of things that's coming up with Alabama 4-H. We are doing a career video series kind of spotlighting our new 4-H state ambassadors. We have 31, and our different series air on our Facebook page every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. So next week, with it being our National 4-H Week, we're kicking it off with our head clover, Dr. Molly Gregg. So if you check in on our 4-H page at 9 o'clock on Tuesday, you'll see her kind of her career interview. And then on that Thursday, our 4-H agent, Mr. Kenneth Gamble, will be our other special guest. So excited about National 4-H Week. So it'll be a lot of fun things there.
That's great. Let's not miss it, y'all. Make sure you go to the site and be involved. I think it's awesome. Listen, Joy Key says that you were a great president, Kenneth. Surely Forward says, thanks to 4-H for providing leadership, educations, and exposure to youth. And Kevin McCumb says, hi from Guatemala. That's that's awesome. That is wonderful. I remember a quick story about 4-H. So I've got my own 4-H story. I went with my daughter to the Alabama 4-H Center, and I stayed in one of the cabins. And that whole weekend was an amazing time. Not only connecting with my daughter, but with the rest of those kids. So I know personally what it's like to go through that as a parent, and delighted with the whole experience. I'm glad that it will come back virtually. We'll get through it. But Kenneth, is there anything else that you want to share with regards to 4-H, with regards to the relationships that you built? I'm really interested in the mentorship piece of 4-H. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So one thing I would say is my county agents, Miss Bridget and Miss Isaiah, they are totally amazing. They have been with me from day one since I've started 4-H. I can remember them being in my very first 4-H meeting, and ever since we've been able to grow a bond, and they've always been there. I can come with them and ask for any advice, and they would be able to help me out. They were the ones, to be honest with you, that gave me more information about going nationally to the different conferences or even the state level, being able to become a leader. So I definitely thank them. Also, Miss Joy, Miss Deborah, Mr. Doug, and Mr. Drew, they helped guided me through this whole process. I can remember me going to Miss Joy, expressing my concerns about, okay, am I being a good president? I'm nervous about this. What can I do? And I remember Miss Joy telling me, just calm down, you got this, and just always put your best effort forward. And also my mom, I just want to credit her again too. Like she pushed me. She told me, Trey, don't give up. If you want it, you can get it. You just have to go after it. So I definitely want to thank them. I also want to thank Dr. Molly Gregg and Dr. Lemmy. They are amazing as well. They've been with me for the last few years. I can remember also Dr. Molly Gregg with me going to the foundation meeting. She was always sitting right next to me. If I had any questions, I could ask her and she would help me out. But yeah, I would definitely say also too with the different bonds that I've been able to build with 4-H. I've been able to make some of my best friends through 4-H. I've met people all over the country, even some people from Hawaii or even people from Puerto Rico. I've been able to make everlasting bonds through 4-H. So it's like what me and Ms. Joy said. 4-H has opportunity. They have endless opportunities. I cannot stress that enough. They have endless opportunities from traveling, just from attending different conferences or just competing. It's just amazing. And I really want people to take in the full effect of it.
Well, one way to take the full effect of it is being a part of it, and participation is one of the keys. Kenneth, what's the future for you? In the last couple of minutes that we have together, what do you think the future holds as far as your degree and where you want to go and what you want to do with that degree?
Yeah, so it's like I said before, I really want to give back to 4-H. That's my main goal. So if I could possibly work for extension, I would love that. But I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try hard. I'm going to study hard, and I'm going to keep volunteering with 4-H. I'm going to keep trying to, give back and still try to, help out, volunteer, maybe go to a couple of events and stuff. So I definitely am going to give back to 4-H. I speak that right now. I'm going to do it.
That's great. Pecan says War Eagle. And with that, I'd like to be able to thank you both, Kenneth and Joy, for spending this time with us. The Auburn Alumni Association is proud of the work that you're doing to transform, guide, and lead our young men and women to be the best, well-rounded humans possible while they're with us and while they're with you and beyond. Please join us next Thursday, October 15th at 11:30. We will have Josh and Paige Wetzel and the new published book, Beautifully Broken. Until then, stay safe and War Eagle.